everyone, it's Rhonda. Welcome back to another journal with me. I am working my way through my Disney World Magic Kingdom 50th anniversary journal, and I found a few photos that I want to work on right now. These are photos that I took of my Joffrey's coffee that I got while we were in Disney, and I thought these would be perfect to use with this. This is the the Joffrey's coffee sleeve that came on. Oh, I don't have a picture right here. These are just the cold ones, but I got a hot drink so that I could get the coffee sleeve, and I thought this might make a really cool pocket to hold these pictures. So that is what I'm going to work on right now. If you watched my last journal with me, the one that would have been put up right before this one, I had mentioned at the very beginning that I shared my little story about this pinky. I, at some point, lost the entire nail polish off of this. And in the hour and a half it's been since I filmed that last video, this one has come off as well. So I have two fingernails that are naked. I don't understand it. I did find this one on my desk, and literally the entire thing of nail polish just completely came off. I don't get it. It's not like it's not cheap nail polish either. So I don't know. I have never had that happen. But sorry, just disregard my two naked nails throughout this video. But okay, so I'm going to start on this little page right here. And I think the first thing I want to do is change the paper or the background of this. And I think what I'm going to go with is this pattern. This this was an envelope that I got some literature in from Disney before we left for our trip, and it's got the 50th anniversary logo print on it, and I think I'm just going to use that to cover this up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I did take my coffee sleeve and I added a bead of hot glue along the bottom of this, just so that it would have time to dry before I stuck my photos into it. So that is done and ready to go, but I'm going to go ahead and work on this right now. So I'm just going to kind of figure out how big. Let me trim this off here first, though, because I've got the ends of this that I'm not going to use. So let me trim that off. Get those out of the way. And then you can see there's a strip here that doesn't really have any artwork on it, so I'm going to trim that off too. Okay, and then this edge is all janky. It's all crooked and torn, so I'm just going to cut that off as well. Okay, so now I can figure out how big I need to make this. So I'm just going to do my measuring, which is really no measuring at all. I'm just lining it up and cutting it. So I need that. And then let's trim this. I want this to go the whole way. Now, I think I mentioned before, when you're doing this, when you're adding paper to your signatures, to come in just a little bit from the edge, because if you go all the way to the edge, once you flip this, it's going to bend and it's not going to fold right and it's not going to lay right. So just make sure you leave yourself a little bit of a gap between the paper that you're cutting and the paper that's already in your signature. All right, did I mark this? I don't remember. Did I mark it? I think maybe I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, I see it. Girl. All right, so this is done. Let me ink that real quick. It is the 4th of July today, so I am really trying to get a lot of work done on my journal since I don't have to work. And I've been spending the day watching Disney movies while I am working on this album. And I have watched, I'm on my third one so far, and I am loving doing this today. It's just been so fun. I don't really ever get a chance to just sit and watch movies and scrapbooks, so I'm really enjoying having the time off today. I was able to watch Hercules, which is one of my favorite animated Disney movies. I love that movie. It makes me laugh so hard. If you haven't watched Hercules, watch Hercules. It's so good. So good. And then I watched Peter Pan because that's another one. of my favorites. And now I am watching Saving Mr. Banks, which is unbelievable. It is probably, I think if you were to ask me, you know, what is your absolute live or die favorite Disney movie, it would have to be Saving Mr. Banks. So if you have not watched it, again, I highly suggest watching that. It is, Tom Hanks plays Walt Disney, and it is the story of how he convinced P.L. Travers to give him the rights to Mary Poppins. And oh, it's so good. It is so good. It's very sad. It makes me cry every time I watch it, but I just love it so much. So let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite Disney movie? I'd love to know what movies you just love and that you could watch over and over and over again and not get tired of them. All right, so here's the 3 pictures I'm going to use. These were my Joffrey iced coffees and donuts. So I got one. This one I think was Animal Kingdom, and this one was Epcot. And I love, 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 love donuts. I don't necessarily love Joffrey's coffee, but I don't necessarily love Starbucks either, and those are your only 2 options in Disney World, so I usually go with Joffrey's, and Starbucks didn't have the coffee sleeve that I wanted, so of course I got Joffrey's. So usually the line is much shorter for Joffrey's as well, so I tend to go with Joffrey's when we're at Disney World. All right, so these 3 are just going to tuck into this pocket, but what I want to do first is add some paper to the back of them. So they're just plain, and I want to maybe put a ribbon or something on each of these so that they're, you know, it's easily seen that these are pullouts. So I think what I'm going to do first is just go ahead and put the paper on the back, and I pulled out some paper that I thought I might want to use. So I've got this one. This was in my stash, gosh, for such a long time. I think this is one of the original Simple Stories Say Cheese collections. And I found this card. This was, it's just little hearts that says favorite, and that I believe is from Ellie's Studio. But I thought that would be kind of fun to use. And then I've got this sheet of cut-aparts. And this is Doodlebug's Fun at the Park, but I thought I might want to use that one to back it so that I could just do a little bit of journaling about Joffrey's, I guess. But I think that's what I'll do. I'll just go ahead and cut this out. And then, whoops, that one's kind of crooked. Let me see if I can even that out a little bit. I can trim off just a touch too so that it fits well on my photo. Okay, so it doesn't really matter to me which one has which paper on the back. Let's just take this one and make sure that's gonna fit, and it will. Okay, so let's grab this ink. Whoops. And we'll just attach that on the back. I'm not quite sure what I want to journal yet, so I may do that later. But at least I've got room for it. And this is the right way. So let's add this. Do you guys like Starbucks? And, you know, if you're a Disney Parks person, do you usually go for the Starbucks or do you go for Joffrey's? I never know. I'm not a huge, like I said, I don't love Joffrey's, but I don't love Starbucks either. I tend to make coffee at home for myself. I would much rather do that, and I can control, you know, how much sugar and all that kind of stuff is in my coffee. So I don't, it's a little off. So I don't tend to like Starbucks a whole lot, but I'll drink it if I don't, you know, if that's all there is, of course I'll drink it, but yeah, let me know. Disney coffee, Starbucks or Joffrey's? Okay, we've got that. This one's a little off, but I think I'm okay with that. All right. Just ink that one up. And I think what I might do is add a little word strip to the back of this, to, like right there maybe. Make sure that's on there right. Okay, so we've got that there, just maybe right there. And then I've got this one here. And I'm going to trim. Do I need to trim that one down? Yeah, maybe just a touch on all the sides. So I'll do that one. Do that one. And then that. That should work. Okay. I'm telling you, I looked at that coffee sleeve for the longest time trying to figure out how I wanted to use it. Because the other option you have when you have a coffee sleeve like this is to cut the edge. I've done this before, so you cut the edge here, and then this flips open. And you can add, you know, your own pattern paper or whatever you want to do. That's an option for that. So I kind of went back and forth as to what I wanted to do with it. And I just thought, you know, a pocket would be perfect. And luckily I had enough photos that I could make that work. Make sure that's, oh, almost got that upside down. Okay. All right. So on the back of this one, I think I've got let me see here. I've got this coffee cup right here, but I'm wondering, I don't love the mini bow. It doesn't really go with this. So I thought maybe I'd put some washi tape on here and maybe add that sticker there. I think I might do that. But I've also got, and I need to use these up because I've had them in my stash for a very long time. This is again part of the Simple Stories Say Cheese collection, and it's got all these little Disney coffee cups. It was part of I think it was the Carpe Diem planner set. But I think what I might do is just add these along the bottom, just kind of make a border with these cute little coffee cups. So there's a Mickey, just maybe add this border here. And that helps to use up some of these cups because, like I said, I've had them in my stash for a long time. All right, what do I have? Oh, 4. There's 4 different kinds. So I'm just going to put those there. We'll start over. They're just cute. They've got the stars, they've got a heart, they've got a Mickey head, and then they've just got the polka dots. So love that. They're so cute. All right, this one. And then, oh, I got them. Let's see. See if we can fit this in here. And actually, I think I might lift this one up so that the Mickey head isn't being covered. So let me pull that up a little bit, and then I'll put this one there, and then that can go on top of that. Cute. Okay. Now I feel like I need something here. And I don't really know what I want that to be. Let's see. I've just got these little word phrases here. Every day counts. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, I kind of like that. So we'll put that there. Okay, and that's good enough. I just need something just a little bit back here to decorate the back of that one. Okay, that's done. This one I'm not sure. I've got this one on here. I really want to use up these sticker sheets. This says, if you can dream it, you can do it, which is a quote by Walt Disney. Let's see. Got my little scissors here. And I'm going to cut this because it's a little bit too long. Okay, so we've got, if you can dream it, you can do it. Okay, that's kind of cute. Just plain and simple. That's all I wanted on the back of these. Okay, so now let me figure out how I want to cover this. So let's see. What color might work first? Okay, so we've got, this is a white with red and black. So I could probably do some black washi. What do I have? I've got Mickey hands. That might be kind of cute. Or I've got polka dots. Maybe the polka dots. That might work. Okay, so let's see. I thought I had I do. Okay. This is the best tool for cutting washi. Just an old gift card is so perfect because washi is so thin, like scissors are almost too much, but you can use something that's just firm like that, like a gift card. Works perfectly. So I'm just going to trim that edge so it's straight, and I'm going to lay this here. Make sure that covers it, and it does. Okay, and then I'll line this up with my edge and tear my washi here. Okay, and then I'll just do the same thing over here until I get that covered up. Okay, so we can see through that a little bit. So let me see. We've got red. I could do a red polka dot through the center of that just to kind of cover that up. Let's see what that looks like. This washi tape is so old. I have had this stuff in my Disney stash for so long. Okay, so I'm just really hoping it's still sticky. All right, so let's see if we can line that up. Oh, that's kind of cute. And then the black just kind of peeks out from underneath that. So that's cute. All right, that works. And then let me grab that coffee cup. And I'm gonna ink the edges of this again so it pops. And I think I want it, oh, we'll just go right there. Okay, so that's done. Again, I just need to journal. I'm not quite sure what I want to journal about this, but those three are done, so they will just live in this pocket right here. And I think I'm going to, and that way they show, because they'll show over the edge of the previous page, but I like being able to see a little bit of pattern versus just seeing the white back of the photo. So I like that those are on there. So I think what I'm going to do, so if you saw my other videos, I have this ribbon right here that I used on the back of these pin back cards that I used to put photos on. I think I might use that ribbon as well to attach to these. So let me grab that and my hole punch. Okay, so I've got my hole punch here. Let me open this up, and I like this picture too. I like the flowers in the background. That was Epcot during the Flower and Garden Festival. It was so pretty. All right, so we've got a hole there. We're gonna put one here. And then we'll put one here. Okay, so then I just need to cut some ribbon. And this ribbon is so pretty. It immediately made me think of the 50th anniversary colors, the pinks and the blues and the yellows. I just thought it was so pretty, and when I grabbed it specifically to use in this particular journal. So I'm glad I can use it in more than one spot. And again, clearance for 74 cents. Can't beat it. So let's, oh, that hole's a little bit small for this ribbon, but let's see. Okay. So I think what I'll just do is again grab my tiny attacher, my little stapler here, and I'll just staple that on there. And I do it in an X so that it stays better. Okay, that is done. I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, so all three of those are done. Look how cute. I guess you can't, but when this is closed, I love that those hang out of there. I love the look of that. So cute. I'm really happy with how that turned out. So again, just simple coffee sleeve, glued the bottom of it. The other thing I did kind of go back and forth with was leaving this open and letting these just slide in there. But ultimately I ended up deciding that I just really wanted it to be a pocket. So, but that is another thing you could do. Just leave those open and then just use that to slide these in there. And that's just another cute option. So we've got just these 3 coffee pictures. We've got some decoration on the back. I'm going to go ahead and journal on that once I decide what I'm going to journal about. But they just hang out in this little pocket. So cute. Such a super easy idea. So yeah, there you go. That's that page for right now. So leave me a comment. Let me know again what your favorite Disney movie is. And if you're a Disney coffee in the parks kind of person, are you a Joffrey's? Are you a Starbucks? And please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help my channel grow. And if you haven't already, subscribing also helps that channel grow. So if you haven't done that yet, please subscribe as well. And I will see you guys for another video soon. And thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.